his name, then? No!
With Venom: The Last Dance out for over a month now, people are starting to wonder if we'll get a Venom 4. It feels like just yesterday. In 2018, the first Venom movie came out and surprised everyone with its box office success, kicking off a new franchise in Sony's Spider-Man universe. Then, Venom: Let There Be Carnage kept the streak going and set up a big ending for the trilogy. Tom Hardy's portrayal of Eddie Brock and Venom has been a huge part of the film's success, with his dedication to the role really standing out. Venom: The Last Dance promises one more adventure for the character, but if it does well, could Sony be up for making a Venom 4? Here's what we know about the possibility of continuing the Venom story. Venom: The Last Dance is being billed as the final film in Tom Hardy's Symbiote saga, but there's still a chance we haven't seen the last of the character. In a recent chat with Screen Rant, Hardy shared that the movie is a true culmination of both his and director Kelly Marcel's vision, saying, "Everything that you see in The Last Dance is from Kelly's imagination, and mine too, but there's nothing left out. It's surgically chosen and delivered." Even though both Hardy and Marcel have said this is the end of their Venom journey, Hardy has hinted that there could be more to come. At the New York Comic-Con panel, he expressed his interest in finally facing off with Spider-Man, saying, "I would like to fight Spider-Man. I would like to fight him right now. In a movie, 100%. I would never say never." It looks like if the right opportunity comes up, Hardy might be game to keep playing the character. While Venom 4 could move forward without Tom Hardy's version of Venom, there's word that Sony might be looking to launch an Agent Venom movie instead of a Venom sequel. The twist? They could cast someone who's already clashed with Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker for the lead role. While Hardy's Eddie Brock is the most famous Venom host, the symbiote has also been linked to Flash Thompson, Peter's high school rival. This news first broke when Daniel RPK shared it on X, and since then, several outlets have picked it up. Daniel RPK is known for his solid track record, with a 77.6% accuracy rate on Marvel leaks based on 351 verified leaks out of 620. Overall, his accuracy across all topics is around 78.35%, so his leaks tend to be pretty reliable. Now there's already buzz about who could take on the lead role, so let's dive into those details. Sony could take a few different routes with Agent Venom, but one cool option would be to cast an actor from their current Spider-Man universe to play Flash Thompson, which could tie everything together nicely. Joe Manganiello could be the perfect fit for Agent Venom, especially since he's already played Flash Thompson in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man films and had a role as an assassin in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Manganiello would bring the right mix of grit and intensity for the role, particularly since Venom is left alive at the end of Venom: The Last Dance. Even though Manganiello has portrayed Flash before, it doesn't mean this version of the character has to be tied to the Raimi universe. He could take on a fresh iteration of Flash, one whose story leads him to becoming Agent Venom. Casting Manganiello would also give the Spider-Man universe its first real hero, which is something the series has lacked so far with its focus on villains and anti-heroes. Agent Venom could fill the role of the Spider-Man of the SSU, especially since the universe still doesn't have its own Peter Parker. He could become the heroic anchor, facing off against villains typically associated with Spider-Man. Take Kraven the Hunter, for example. He's often hunted Venom, mistaking him for Spider-Man, so it's possible we could see Venom in Kraven's movie. One hurdle would be figuring out Flash Thompson's motivation to become a hero, since he's usually inspired by Spider-Man. This could be adjusted by having Flash draw inspiration from Eddie Brock's journey and the good he's done instead. Agent Venom could also take on a leadership role, rallying other villains to reform and join forces in the fight against Knull, a major threat from the King in Black storyline, who's too powerful for any single hero to handle. Knull could even become a key antagonist in the SSU's future, and with the SSU's multiverse connection to the MCU, we might see some crossover leading to big events like Secret Wars. The MCU has been laying the groundwork for Knull's arrival too. One of Knull's most powerful weapons, all black, the Necrosword, made an appearance in Thor: Love and Thunder, where Gore the God Butcher uses it to kill gods. The sword, imbued with Knull's power, was left behind at the end of the movie, confirming its existence in the MCU and hinting at a possible connection to Knull. Using the Necrosword to introduce Knull could be a smooth way to bring him into the MCU's broader storyline. Knull's motivations are largely tied to his control over all symbiotes. After the events of Spider-Man No Way Home, part of the Venom symbiote was left behind in the MCU when Eddie Brock returned to his universe. This leftover symbiote could serve as a catalyst for Knull to cross into the MCU, giving him a reason to enter this universe and pursue his goals. These established elements could easily set the stage for future stories with Knull, potentially elevating him as a significant threat to the entire Avengers team. Knull is one of the most dangerous threats the Avengers could face, easily stepping up from past villains like Loki and Thanos. While the Avengers have battled gods before, such as Loki in their first movie, Knull's power far exceeds anything they've encountered. With the growing popularity of symbiotes, the idea of the Avengers having to face an army of these alien creatures, or even being taken over by them, adds a chilling new dynamic. Imagine key heroes and villains across the MCU being controlled by Knull. This could lead to a truly global or even cosmic-level threat the team has never experienced. Knull's status as a god stretches beyond the cosmos, which means other cosmic teams, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, could get involved. The idea of symbiote versions of heroes like Captain America, Captain Marvel, and Ant-Man turning into monstrous villains raises the stakes massively. The chaos and destruction Knull could cause, using such powerful heroes as his puppets, would present a terrifying challenge for the Avengers, pushing them to their limits. Knull's influence could reshape the entire world, making him a menace unlike any other villain the MCU has faced. Now, if this movie is directly connected to the MCU, then finally we have Tony Revolori, who portrayed Flash Thompson in the MCU's Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. He could become the Agent Venom in MCU and play a significant role. While his role in those films was smaller, Revolori brought a unique twist to Flash by making him more comedic and awkward, rather than the typical bully. Over time, his character became more friendly with Peter, straying from the usual rivalry we expect between them. Unlike Chris Zylka's version of Flash from The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which stuck closer to the comic book, Revolori's take on Flash was a fresh departure from the classic bully archetype. Flash's journey into becoming Agent Venom could also help avoid rehashing old storylines in Spider-Man 4. We've already seen Peter Parker struggle with the black suit and the symbiote's influence in past films, and Eddie Brock's transformation into a hero with the symbiote. Revisiting Peter's battle with the symbiote would feel redundant. Instead, Flash Thompson stepping up as the first in the MCU to wear the symbiote suit could offer exciting new possibilities. Flash's initially weaker personality, combined with the symbiote's ability to control him, could lead to a darker and more unpredictable dynamic. Though it wasn't originally planned for Flash to become Agent Venom in the MCU, the setup now feels too perfect to overlook. Fans have been hoping for this storyline for years, and skipping it after Venom: The Last Dance would be a missed opportunity. So, what do you think about the potential for an Agent Venom movie, and which actor do you think would be the perfect fit for the role? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this and all the latest movie news. We'll see you next time.